Yo, what up? So it's probably not a surprise to hear, but Project Zomboid's one of the most difficult zombie survival games on the market. So I decided it would be fun to see how long I can survive with a single character. Will I be overrun by hordes of the undead, or will I learn to adapt to the harsh new world that I found myself in? So without further ado, this is Surviving Week 1 of Project Zomboid. I spawned in a house in the middle of Rosewood, watched Life and Living, and made a sheet bag before some of the locals started knocking on the window. After putting them down, I looted the house, finding an iron pipe and some cigarettes. Still in need of supplies, I decided to fight my way into the neighbor's house. Looting food and medical supplies inside, I knew it wasn't safe enough to base here, so I made my way to the outskirts of town. On the way there, I got incredibly lucky and found some sledgehammers laying on the ground. Seeing a lot of undead around the place I wish to base at, I decided to take them out now before they were a problem later. While past me fights off zombies, current me would like to ask you to like and subscribe. It would make me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Doing this scored me a few duffel bags, a police baton, and even a gun. Lucky me. Seeing quite a few stragglers around what would be my future base, and being thoroughly against getting diddied in my sleep, I decided to take them out now. After making sure the house was clear, I didn't waste any time, just frying some fish and going to bed, preparing for the next day. At the start of day 2, I dropped off some of the crap in my inventory before making my way to the neighbor's house to see what kind of goodies I could find inside. After getting inside, I caught up on some life and living before looting 2 axes, some farming equipment, and enough food to keep me going for a while longer. After getting back, I finally looted my base and did some reorganizing. Around this time, I remembered the wreck up the road and decided to check and see if it had anything valuable. I found a trauma bag and a car in terrible condition. I plan on using it to grind XP. After I got home, I put some sheets on the windows, and I plan on knocking out these back windows here because I don't exactly feel safe with them. After all of that, I was getting kinda tired, so I just went to bed for the night. At the start of day 3, I made sure the area was clear and started chopping trees and sawing them down into planks. After a few hours of that, I decided to go watch the woodcraft show, and after I was done, I realized I lacked both nails and a hammer, so started the quest for the hammer. On the way back into town, I noticed a small horde was grouping up near the entrance. I decided to take them out. Looting the 2 nearest houses, they didn't have anything interesting in them, but their sheds had both gloves, nails, and an empty gas can. That was when I noticed how tired I was and decided to go back to base, read the electrical skill book, and watch some TV until it was time for bed. In the middle of the night, I was awoken by a night terror, which seems to happen a lot now that B42 is out, but I just smoked a cigarette, took some sleeping pills, and went back to sleep. In the morning, I could feel that I was going to get a hammer this day, so I decided to start laying out planks in front of the windows I wished to barricade up. The first house I searched, I did not find a hammer, but I did find a snazzy pair of sunglasses. The next house I searched didn't really have anything interesting in it, but the one after that triggered an alarm, and I booked it because I did not feel prepared to take on a horde yet. After that, that side of the city was a no-go for me. So I decided that there was one place where there had to be a hammer, the construction site, and I made my way there. And after all of that, the most valuable thing that I found here was a Hotties mag. which I took obviously because the apocalypse gets lonely. When I got back to the base, I found out the water was out and tried to read the rest of the electrical skill book, but got too tired to finish it and went to bed. In the morning, I decided to go to the fire station, since surely that place will have a hammer. There wasn't too many zombies in the area, so I just got to work. That police station looks remarkably clear. I'll be coming back for that. As soon as I got inside, I found it, what I've been looking for, the hammer. The PZ gods must have smiled upon me because I've found 3 fire axes, 1 hunting magazine, and 2 crowbars in the fire station. That was when I started getting over-encumbered and decided to go back home. On my way back, I dismantled a few doors to get a doorknob and 2 hinges. I got home with everything I needed to fortify my base, but it was a little bit too late to be doing work outside, so I just dropped off some gear and made one of the less awful sounding stews I've ever made in Project Zomboid, and then just went to bed. In the morning, I started fortifying the windows. If you're wondering why I'm only putting 3 barricades instead of 4 on them, it's because I want to still see outside from inside. I started to replace the sliding door windows with something a little less transparent when I got jump scared so bad I had to pause the game to make sure my britches was clean. After completing the fortifications at the base for now, I decided to head off to that police station we saw yesterday to see if I can raid the armory. There were quite a few of them in this fight. I even had to start taking beta blockers. I almost died here, but luckily it was just a scratch and I could continue fighting after taking some pain pills and bandaging the wound. After several hours of fighting, I finally got a rest before having to get back to it. Yeah, that's right. After all of that, the door was locked. And since I don't have a key, I decided to just clear the area, loot what I can, and go to sleep in the interrogation room. After I woke, I checked out the new helipad, which would be a really dope base location, before fighting my way out of the police station to get back to my base. I was pretty disappointed after not being able to get into the armory, but I did find a shotgun in the back of this car, so hell yeah. I went back to my base when I started getting tired to load up on caffeine pills and get ready for round 2. When I was heading back to the police station, I heard the helicopter overhead. Unsure what to do, almost positive it saw me and nowhere to go, I decided there was only one thing to do. I gotta fight him off, at least until that prick in the copter leaves. They just kept coming, wave after wave. The only way I was able to stay alive was taking every drug in my inventory. But I was not gonna let this helicopter be the death of me. slipped off for a quick rest to try to get my exertion down when the helicopter went away. But instead of going back to my base like a smart person, I decided I wanted to see how bad max muscle strain actually is, so I fought on until I got it. Turns out it might be worse than everyone says it is. Dear God, this is awful. So I didn't get to raid the police station, but I did survive the helicopter event, which deserves a celebration, so I let my guy drink half a box of wine before going to bed for the night. At the beginning of day 7, I awoke with an extremely bad case of tunnel vision that could only be cured by looting that armory, so I geared up and set off. Yep, it was just as I thought. The helicopter drew in a lot more into the area. After only a few kills, my baton broke, and because I'm not so bright, I left the other baton at home and had to switch to the hammer. When I got inside, I rested in the interrogation room, broke down one armory door at a time, and cleared the ones that heard me beating on the door. After all of that, the only thing that was in the armory was a 9mm mag and 2 boxes of shotgun shells. I went home to put my ill-gotten gains away and gorge myself on every bit of food in my base to try to keep my calories up. Well anyways, that was the end of the video. I think next time we're going to try to raid the school to try to get the how-to generators mag, and we might build a farm because we're in desperate need of calories. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye.